The leading actress category has got some really strong contenders and no stranger to BAFTA nominations. Let's start with Amy Adams, who has been nominated 6 times now and has never won. But perhaps this year could be her year with a rival.
So Amy Adams has had this wonderful career already. She's given us so many great performances. She's had the nominations. Maybe now this is her turn. It would be fair. That's great. But also Arrival is it's such a strong performance from her. And I think one of the reasons it's so strong is because it's a quiet role. As the heroine of this, what is on some levels an action movie, you'd expect her to have the big set pieces, the big speeches, the big rousing of humanity. She doesn't do that. What she does in a very quiet, understated kind of way. That's a tough performance to pull off.
Would you agree?
I think she's terrific in Nocturnal Animals as well.
Yes, it's interesting
almost
that she hasn't
stronger.
been...
You know, if you're going for the body of work over the year, then maybe you would go for Amy Adams. She's also the only actress that could also have been in La La Land as well, because she can sing and dance. You know, she's kind of got it everywhere.
She's so versatile, annoyingly versatile.
Annoyingly versatile, but also
So
annoyingly
talented.
for her, because that probably is what makes everyone think, well, we love her, but is she a comedian? Is she a straight actor? Does she do sci-fi? Does she kind of traverse all the genres? So in a way, she kind of knocks herself off the perch every now and then. She kind of cancels herself out in line with someone like, I suppose, Natalie Portman, who doesn't do as much as say, Amy Adams does. But when she delivers it, she kind of, you're always like, oh my God, that's Natalie Portman.
There are normally a couple of Amy Adams movies every year, so maybe people do feel like, oh, I'll vote for the next one. But actually, maybe they should vote for this one.
But she is up against some incredible actresses as well. I mean, Emma Stone, for example, in La La Land, has proven that she too can sing and dance and do comedy. I mean, we know she can do comedy, and we know she can do drama. She was nominated for Birdman. I think she is possibly people's favourite this year over Amy Adams.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that intersection between the actress or the actor and the movie star and their persona. It's not to take away anything from her performance, but I think what people are in love with is her persona. You know, is this adorability and is this charm? And of course, if you can bring that to the screen as an actress, then you become a movie star. And I don't know where you draw that line. So I don't know if people would be voting for her as an actress or as Emma Stone.
I think a lot will be voting for her as Emma Stone, and she's done some smart work. Again, if you're looking at the plotting of the career, she did the 2 films with Woody Allen in which she kind of cemented her credentials. And there's a lot of Woody Allen in La La Land. There's a lot of kind of Everyone Says I Love You, kind of that musical. They even fly up on the Quai de la Seine, which Goldie Hawn and Woody Allen did in that film. So there's a lot of referencing her past in it, and it comes with her movie star baggage. For me, that's why I love it. And that's why she won at Venice for the Best Actress. And I think that puts a marker down. She already beat Natalie Portman, whose Jackie was already at Venice. She already beat someone there. And I think in awards races, that's what you have to do. I think she is, for a dance movie, 1 step ahead going into the final furlong.
She does have that sort of intangible magic, and I think that's okay. You know, I don't think she's trying to trick us with her being such a, you know, a beautiful personality on and off screen. And I think she's just so magnetic.
It's a wonderful gift. I mean, you know, we all love movie stars. That's why we're here now.
Emily Blunt is another actress who has that intangible magic and is just... Everyone wants to keep an eye on her to see what she's doing next. And what she's done next is Girl on the Train. I think Emily is quite a surprising entry in this category.
I think it's key that it's a BAFTA nomination. I think it's a British story that was then transposed to an American setting, and kind of giving her a nomination here feels like hauling that back to its original London setting and bringing Emily, who we've kind of lost to American cinema in a way.
And lost to America, full stop.
American husband. Damn. This is a way of getting her back and saying, look, she is a great British actress, and the stuff that she does in Sicario, in things like Girl on the Train, is often overlooked by awards bodies because it's sort of naturalistic. There are other great moments, and yet she gets drunk in this, she cries, she ends up in the gutter. I mean, she does run the gamut. There was a gasp in the room when the nomination went up because it hadn't been talked of in the awards race before. But you forget what a popular and what a skilled actress she is. She always has been since her debut in Summer of Love, I remember.
She's a skilled actress, but do you think that she deserves a BAFTA for this particular performance?
I think eyebrows were raised, and I think it would have been the same with probably round at Emily Blunt's as well. I mean, I think the film itself feels like a kind of a multiplex popcorn film. Those aren't the kind of movies which get recognised, so it's nice that it's getting recognised. As a great performance, I don't know. It's always a pleasure to see Emily Blunt on screen. She's always good. I don't know that she's much better here than she has been in several movies in the past. I think she would say, you know, hand on heart, actually maybe this year there are other performances.
I think one actress that we can all depend on to be nominated in any category ever is Meryl Streep.
The Meryl.
For Florence Foster Jenkins.
It's one of those roles where it's perfect casting, the perfect role. she still has to actually execute it. You know, she still has to actually knock that out of the park. Florence Foster Jenkins was another of those movies that really pleased the crowds that it drew. I mean, people who went to see that movie really loved the movie, and I think Hugh Grant and Meryl Streep both gave them, and Stephen Frears, gave them exactly what they'd come for. But again, it doesn't just happen. Whether she'll win, I don't know, because you stack it up against the huge range of Meryl Streep performances.
She has won before for The Iron Lady and The French Lieutenant's Woman, which are both kind of really strong, deserved roles, recognisable roles for her. And this, I thought perhaps a little bit hammy, or am I in the minority there?
Yeah, you know what, hammy,
I know it was
but
supposed to be.
it's Meryl Streep hammy. It's a different hand to anyone else's. You know, it's
a glazed,
kind of,
gorgeous
San
ham.
Daniele kind of stuff. Look, I loved it. As soon as it started, like Nanny, I was like, oh my God, she's going to walk up red carpets. She often gets nominated. 15 BAFTA nominations,
15.
I think 19 Oscars. The win conversion rate is not actually very high. 2 wins at the BAFTAs, so it's normal for her to be nominated and turn up and not win. I loved her in this. I mean, it's very hard to sing this badly, you know, and be funny. And if you talk to Stephen Frears, he's even unsure whether it's even a comedy, this film, because they're so touching and fragile, this relationship, this delusion that she lives in. I think she gives it everything, like she did in Julia and Julia. She's wonderful at these slightly larger-than-life characters. And to bring a humanity to them and make them real, I don't know another actress that could have done it or carried it off in the same way.
And also, how do you play Florence Foster Jenkins in an understated kind of way?
Fair,
Even for
that's
Meryl
a fair
Streep.
comment, I agree. Someone like Natalie Portman, though, does play a true-life character, Jackie, in quite an understated way, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating film, Jackie, because obviously what Pablo Larraín, the director, is doing is weaving in archive footage and footage of the real Jackie Kennedy, and then you suddenly find yourself, without even really noticing, ebbing into Natalie Portman's performance. Daunting, absolutely daunting, and could so easily become just an impression, you know. And, you know, she's obviously done a lot of voice work, and she's done a lot of preparation, and you can see that. The trick is whether there is a real person underneath that voice, and whether you think you're getting an insight into a glimpse of the real Jackie. I think you do, for my money, and that's coming from someone who isn't a Natalie Portman fan. I haven't warmed to her acting style. I think
She's always holding something back, you feel.
But it works perfectly for Jackie as a character as well, because you feel, I mean, obviously so much of what Jackie Kennedy was a construct, you know, and I think she plays the role very, very well.
These biopics can sometimes be quite dangerous and perhaps to the detriment of people's careers, you know, thinking of Grace of Monaco or Diana. Do you think this is actually an iconic role, though, for Natalie Portman? Do you think she's got away with it?
Well, I think it's something you've got to live up to, isn't it? Because you've got people bringing their perception of the icon to that role. We're not enthralled to the Kennedys in the UK as much as the Americans are. So it's interesting, this is a Chilean director, Pablo Larraín, doing this. And I find it, you know, it's a great performance, but there's a great conceit, this role. It's a conceptual movie. And to find out Pablo's not nominated as director as well, and I find that a little bit out of kilter, because the performance is completely driven by his idea of what he wanted to do with the legend of Jackie Onassis.
So join us on the 12th of Feb to find out who the winners are.